Hello everyone, we are going to discuss about program evaluation review technique in project management. In short, we call it PERT. In the previous part, we had discussed about critical path method in project management, where we had found the minimum time required to complete a project having several activities. In the previous problem, we have found that the time required to complete each of the activity was given. From that, we had found the minimum time required to complete the project. Now, in this project, we find that there are 7 activities, namely A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and for each of the activities, immediate predecessors are given. But instead of exact time duration, here 3 time approximations are given. These time approximations are optimistic time, which are denoted by TO, most probable time, which are denoted by TM, and pessimistic time, which are denoted by TP. If we consider the activity A, we find that for the activity A, the optimistic time is 3 days, the most probable time is 6 days, and the pessimistic time is 15 days. That means generally the activity A takes 6 days to be completed, but in most favorable condition the activity can be completed within 3 days. But in most unfavorable condition the activity may take as long as 15 days to be completed. So generally activity A takes the time between 3 days to 15 days, out of which 6 is the most probable time that the activity A takes. Similarly, we find that for the other activities, most probable time this is given, and also the optimistic time, that is the least possible time so that the activity can be completed, is also given, and also the pessimistic time, that the maximum time that the activity can be completed, this is also given. Now, since the exact time duration for the activities are not given, so in this case we can't find the exact time duration, actually the minimum time, so that the activity can be completed. In this case we shall find the probability that the entire project can be completed within a specific time or a target time. So in this case we can't directly use the critical path method because the exact time duration are not given. So 3 time approximations are given. From this 3 time approximation we shall find the average time to complete the activity. Here we have considered this table. Now in this table the activities are given, also the optimistic time, the most probable time, and the pessimistic time. These are already given in the problem. Now from this we shall find the mean or average time to complete each of the activity. We shall find the mean or average time by this formula. The average time is denoted by TA, and that will be equal to T0 plus 4 times Tm plus Tp by 6. That means we shall consider the optimistic time plus 4 times the most probable time plus the pessimistic time, and it is divided by 6. So we are giving the weight 4 to the most probable time and 1 each for the optimistic time and pessimistic time. So using this formula, TA equal to T0 plus 4 Tm plus Tp divided by 6. We shall compute all the average times for the activities. So using the formula we have found the average time or the mean time for each of the activities. Now next we shall find the time variance for the activities, and for the time variance we shall use this formula, sigma square. Time variance is denoted by sigma square. This is equal to Tp minus To whole square divided by 36. That means we shall consider the pessimistic time minus the optimistic time, its whole square, divided by 36. So using this formula we shall find the time variance for the activities. So using the formula we can easily find this time variance. We have already found this. Now for the activities we shall use the mean time or the average time instead of these 3 time approximations. That means we shall assume that the average time or the mean time to complete the activity A is 7 days. Similarly, the average time to complete the activity B is 6 days, and similarly for the other activities. So now we have the activities with immediate predecessors, and we also know the average time or the mean time to complete the activities. Now we can easily draw the project network. In the previous part, we have already discussed how to draw this project network from the given problem. Now in this case we shall use AON, that means activities on nodes. That means we shall express the project in terms of a network where every node of the network will represent one activity. So let us start. The first node will be the start. We know that this does not represent any activity, but this is the starting node. We find that the activities A and B have no immediate predecessors. So we can start the activities A and B simultaneously. So the first activity is A and the second activity is B. It is given that the activities A and B have no immediate predecessors. So we can start the activities A and B simultaneously. The next two activities are C and D, where the immediate predecessor of the activity C is A and the immediate predecessors of the activity D, these are A and B. So we represent the activity C by this node C, and it is given that the activity C has only one immediate predecessor, that is A. So we connect these two nodes by this directed arc, and it is given that the activity D, it has two immediate predecessors which are A and also B. So we connect the activity D from these two activities A and B by these directed arcs. So the activity D can be started only if both the activities A and B are completed. The next two activities are E and F, where the immediate predecessor of E is D and immediate predecessor of F is E. So we express the activity E by this node, and immediate predecessor of E is D. So we connect these two nodes by this directed arc, and also the immediate predecessor of F is E. So we represent the activity F by this node, and its immediate predecessor is E. So we connect these two nodes by this directed arc. And the final activity is G, which has only one immediate predecessor, that is C. So we represent the activity G by this node which has only one immediate predecessor, that is C. So we connect these two nodes by this directed arc. So these are the possible activities. So when all the activities are done, then the final node will be finished or end. So this is the finishing node. So we connect the activities which have no immediate successor to this node end. So we connect G to end and F to end. So this is the required project network. Now in this project network, we shall write the average time or the mean time required to complete the activities. Now we have already found the average or mean time to complete the activities. These are 7, 6, 14, 5, 11, 7 and 18. So we shall use this average or mean time. So we have written the mean or average time for the activities. Now we shall find the critical path and the critical activities. For that, in the critical path method, we had used a box for the nodes, and in the boxes we had calculated the earliest start time, earliest finish time, latest start time and the latest finish time of the activities, from where we had found the slack times, and the activities with the zero slack times are called critical activities. Now the same can be done in this problem also, but here we can directly find the critical path from this project network. Here we find that from start to end there are only 3 paths available. These are from start to A to C to G to end, from start to A to D to E to F to end, and from start to B to D to E to F to end. So these three paths are available. So we have written all the three paths. So out of these three paths, one must be the critical path. We know that the critical path is that path where the sum of the times required to complete the activities on the path is maximum. So if we add all the time duration for the activities in each path, we find that for this path the sum of the time durations, this is equal to 7 plus 14 plus 18, which is 39. For this path the sum of the time durations, this is 7 plus 5 plus 11 plus 7, which is 30. And for this final path the time duration is 6 plus 5 plus 11 plus 7, which is 29. So out of these three paths, the sum of the time durations is maximum for the first path. So this is the required critical path. So this must be the critical path. And all the three activities A, C, G, these three activities are critical activities. So here we have found that these three activities A, C, G, these three activities are critical activities, and the remaining activities are non-critical activities. Now if the problem becomes complicated, then we have to use the slack times to find the critical paths or the critical activities. Now here, since the problem is a simple problem having only three paths available from start to end, so we can find the critical path by inspection. So we have found the critical path and the critical activities. Now in this table we have to identify the critical activities. We have found that the critical activities are A, C and G. And for these three critical activities we shall consider the mean time and the average time, and we shall add all the mean times and the time variances. So if we add the mean or average time only for the critical activities, then this sum will be denoted by TA, capital TA. This is equal to 7 plus 14 plus 18, because only these three activities are critical activities. This sum is 39. And if we add all the time variances for the critical activities, this will be denoted by sigma square C, and this sum will be 4 plus 16 plus 16, which is 36. So we have found capital TA, that is 39, and sigma square C, which is 36. Now we consider the actual question. So as I have said that in this case we shall find the probability that the project can be completed within a specific time or the target time. So the first question is find the probability that the project can be completed within 30 days. So here the target time is 30 days. So we have to find the probability that the entire project can be completed within 30 days. For that we shall use the probability distribution, and the distribution we shall use here is standard normal distribution, where Z is equal to capital T minus capital TA divided by sigma C, where capital TA is the sum of the average time for the activities, and sigma C we have already obtained that sigma square C is the sum of the time variances for the critical activities, and capital T, this is equal to the target time. So this is the target time. In the first problem we have found that capital T is 30 days. So the question is we have to find the probability, that means P, the probability that the entire project can be completed within 30 days. That means the target time is less equal to 30 days. For that we just compute Z here. Now in the previous table we have found that capital TA equal to 39 and sigma square C is 36. So Z equal to T minus 39 divided by sigma C, which is root over 36, that is 6. Now to find this probability of this is equal to probability of, we can write it T minus 39 by 6, this is less equal to 30 minus 39 by 6. In this inequality we have subtracted 39 from both sides and divided it by 6. Now this is equal to probability. Now this is nothing but z, and this is less equal to 30 minus 39 by 6, which is minus 1.5. Now probability of z less equal to minus 1.5. Z represents standard normal distribution. If we consider the rough sketch of standard normal distribution, then this is the density curve of standard normal distribution. The density function is denoted by phi z. This is equal to 1 by root over 2 pi e to the power minus z square by 2. We know that total area of this curve bounded by this axis is equal to 1. And from the symmetry, we know that the standard normal distribution is symmetric with respect to z equal to 0. So the area left hand side of this vertical line is half, and the area at the right hand side of this vertical line is also half. Now we have to find this area, probability that z is less equal to minus 1.5. Suppose this is the point minus 1.5. That means we have to find the area z less equal to minus 1.5. That means the area at the left hand side of minus 1.5. That means we have to find the value of this area. Now due to symmetry, we know that this area is equal to the area at the right hand side of the point 1.5. So this area is equal to this area. Now to find this area, we can write that this is equal to z greater equal to 1.5, because due to symmetry, the area at the left hand side of minus 1.5, this will be equal to the area at the right hand side of 1.5, that is z greater equal to 1.5. Now this can be written as 1 minus probability at z less than 1.5. We know that the total area is 1, so this area, this will be equal to 1 minus the area at z less than 1.5. So this area is equal to the entire area, that is 1 minus area at the left hand side of 1.5. That means 1 minus this entire area. Now from the table of standard normal distribution, we can easily find that the area at the left hand side of the point 1.5, this is equal to approximately 0.933. This can be easily found from the table of standard normal distribution. That means area at the left hand side of this point 1.5, this is approximately equal to 0.933, which is equal to 0.067. So the probability that the entire project can be completed within the 30 days is 0.067. That is, the chance is only 6.7%. So there is only 6.7% chance that the entire project can be completed within 30 days. We consider the next question. Find the probability that the project can be completed within 40 days. So here the target time t is less equal to 40 days. So we have to find the probability that the project can be completed within 40 days. That means t is less equal to 40. From here we find that probability of t minus 39 by 6, this is less equal to 40 minus 39 by 6, which is equal to probability. Now this is z, this is z less equal to 1 by 6, which is approximately equal to 0.167. So we have to find the probability that z is less equal to 0.167. From this graph, we have to find the area at the left hand side of 0.167. If this be the point which is 0.167, then we have to find the area at the left hand side of this point. Now from the table of standard normal distribution, we can easily find this area. Now from this graph, we can easily guess that this area must be slightly greater than 0.5. Now from the table of standard normal distribution, we can find that this area is 0.567 approximately. So the area at the left hand side of this 0.167 is 0.567. So the probability that the project can be completed within 40 days is 0.567, or the chance that the project can be completed within 40 days is 56.7%. This can be found by multiplying the probability by 100. So we have found that also there is only 6.7% chance that the project can be completed within 30 days, but there is 56.7% chance that the project can be completed within 40 days. Now we consider the final question, that find the probability that the project can be completed within 45 days. So here you have to find the probability that the project can be completed within 45 days. So t is less equal to 45. From where we find that it is t minus 39 by 6. This is less equal to 45 minus 39 by 6. From where we find that p, this is z, z is less equal to 1. So we have to find the probability that z is less equal to 1. That means if this is the point z equal to 1, then we have to find the probability, or we have to find the area at the left hand side of this point z equal to 1. That means we have to find this entire area. Now from the table of standard normal distribution, we can easily find that this area is approximately equal to 0.841. So this is the required probability that the project can be completed within 45 days. So the chance that the project can be completed within 45 days is approximately 84.1%. So there is a high chance that the project can be completed within 45 days. So we have found three probabilities, that there is only 6.7% chance that the project can be completed within 30 days. There is 56.7% chance that the project can be completed within 40 days. And we have found that there is highly 84.1% chance that the project can be completed within 45 days. So from the table of standard normal distribution, we can easily find the probability that the project can be completed within any given time. So with this we complete this part. So see you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.